welcome to the Steelers Xtreme podcast with your host, IowaSteeler. Coming at you today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the whole Le'Veon Bell suspension. As most everybody knows, I'm sure in Steeler Nation, Le'Veon Bell had his suspension reduced by one entire game. It was a 4-game suspension, now he's looking at 3 days. The NFL looked at his appeal, reduced it by a day. Just ultimately extremely disappointed. I'm actually making my first pilgrimage to the promised land that is Heinz Field this year. So I was super excited. I'm going week 2 to go see the Steelers take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Heated rivalry game. Super excited going into this because this is something I kind of decided some months ago before I even had heard of a suspension at all for Le'Veon Bell this year. So one can imagine my disappointment when I found out that Le'Veon Bell was going to be suspended in the first place because he missed drug tests that he was supposed to be at. But there was a glimmer of hope with that, and it was a false glimmer given to me by Le'Veon Bell because he came out, defended himself, said that it was a whole misunderstanding, that Steeler Nation shouldn't worry, that he wasn't going to be suspended, and that basically he had gotten a new phone or something and had a new phone number, and the NFL didn't know, so it was just a big misunderstanding. Which sounded great, but I just had this nagging feeling the entire time that there was something there that we weren't hearing, that we weren't being told. The NFL doesn't just come and suspend you willy-nilly for no reason. I know a lot of people think that the NFL has it out for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I agree to some extent that they're harder on Steelers players, particularly Roger Goodell with guys like James Harrison, things like that. But in this situation, Le'Veon Bell got caught before. He was suspended last season for 3 games for having smoking marijuana in the car with LeGarrette Blount. He got in trouble for it. He apologized to Steeler Nation up and down, made it seem like he was genuine about it. And then here we are again, the beginning of the 2016 season, and another suspension. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm pretty pissed off. And I'm pretty disappointed. As a fan, as someone that invests a lot of time into this team, as a person that, moderates on the forums, that reads all the Steelers stuff, that takes the time to do these kinds of podcasts and stuff, it's just extremely disappointing. I'm going to make my first trip to Heinz Field, first year that I could finally set enough money aside to afford it, and I'm not going to see the best running back that we have. That pisses me off. I mean, it makes me angry. I mean, I wanted to see Le'Veon Bell play. I want to see Le'Veon Bell. I wanted to see Martavis Bryant, Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, all the big names, James Harrison, Cameron Hayward, Stephon Tuitt. I want to see these guys play. That's what you pay so much money for. I paid $700 for 2 tickets, and I don't get to watch Le'Veon Bell play. And that is irritating. And he shouldn't be playing because he deserves every bit of this suspension. He brought it upon himself. You cannot go out and keep doing stupid things and keep putting yourself into these stupid situations and not expect to get punished for it. I mean, plain and simple. And you have to know, if you're in Bell's shoes, you have to know that the NFL is putting you under a microscope. You already got busted last season for weed because you're too stupid to stay away from that stuff, despite the hundreds of cautionary tales that came beforehand that you should have learned from. Other people that have been caught for the same thing and gotten suspended and gotten in trouble for it and let that affect their career and their teammates. But he didn't learn from that. He did it anyways. And then, again, he hurts the team because he can't follow the rules and stay in contact with the NFL. You as a player are expected to know the rules, expected to know the policies. It's no different than when I go to work. I have to know my workplace's policies, their standard operating procedures. If I violate those, that's not their fault. Ignorance is no excuse. It's my fault because I didn't know the policies that they told me to know, that they told me I had to read and understand. That's not their fault if I violate those policies. And it's not the NFL's fault that Le'Veon Bell didn't tell the NFL that he changed his phone number. Plain and simple. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. How hard is it to call whoever's in charge of doing these tests and say, hey, I changed my phone number. I'm just letting you guys know. 2 seconds out of his day, 2 minutes out of his day, he could have called somebody, told him that, could have been in contact with him, and he would have been playing in week 1. Instead, he's going to be sitting out the first 3 weeks of the season. We're opening up against the Washington Redskins and the Cincinnati Bengals. That's not very good, especially to not have him against the Bengals. It's not good for the team, and I don't want to take away from D'Angelo Williams. I think D'Angelo Williams is a stud, even for being a guy at his age, and I'm still excited to go and be able to see him play. I like D'Angelo Williams. I think he's a high character individual, and I think he's far more mature than Le'Veon Bell. I gotta say, I'm pissed off and I'm disappointed. The whole situation's a joke. It should have never happened. It was totally avoidable, and he hurt his fans, and he hurt this team. You need to be more intelligent and more responsible, Le'Veon Bell. I'm just not happy about this, guys. I mean, it's highly aggravating. It's highly disappointing when you've been wanting to go to Pittsburgh for years and you finally get to go to watch a game and you don't get to see the absolute best product on the field. I don't get to see Martavis Bryant because he couldn't pull his head out of his ass, and I don't get to see Le'Veon Bell because he also couldn't pull his head out of his ass. I mean, it's ridiculous. You are professional athletes. You're professional athletes getting paid millions of dollars a year. Everybody else, the people that come to these games, us fans, we're making middle class wages. We're not getting paid millions of dollars, yet we have to pay ludicrous amounts of money for tickets to go see these games. I'm sitting in the corner of an end zone. I'm not even sitting on the sideline because the tickets on the sidelines were stupid expensive. And that still cost me an arm and a leg to be able to go see one game. And I don't get to see him. I don't get to see Le'Veon Bell. And I don't get to see Martavis Bryant because these guys are stupid and they continuously embarrass themselves and embarrass the franchise. Like, stop. Just stop. Be smart. Think about your team, think about your teammates, and think about your fans before you make these stupid decisions, before you make these mistakes that hurt everybody. Because the fans deserve better, your teammates deserve better. These guys are the guys you go to war with. You are in the trenches with these guys, fighting every weekend, playing in these games, and you should be there. You should be out there on the field with them, but you're not because you made stupid decisions in the offseason that hurt the team, because you're immature and you can't pull your heads out of your asses. So I guess I just kind of wanted to take this opportunity with the podcast today, just a short podcast, to kind of express my disappointment overall with Le'Veon Bell, with Martavis Bryant too, just on the whole situation with these guys and these suspensions. It's getting embarrassing. I get tired of hearing about this crap from other fans of other teams, the jokes about, oh, the Steelers guys, they can't quit smoking weed and this and that. These guys bring it upon themselves. We have to put up with this because they can't make smarter decisions. We have to sit there and read this stuff. We have to listen to it all off season. We're going to have to listen to it during the regular season. It's just ridiculous. I should be able to go to a game and see the best product that the Steelers have to offer. I'm paying good money for it. It's highly annoying when one of our best players, one of the most electric players in the NFL, is going to get suspended because he could not be more mature. You get paid way too much money to be this immature. And then to make excuses about it and to wave it off like it wasn't going to happen. It's really annoying. That's my rant for today. That's what I wanted to talk about. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'd like to hear some different opinions. I wanted to give Le'Veon Bell the benefit of the doubt, but after seeing that they're only going to reduce his suspension by one game, there's some truth to this. This wasn't, I don't think this was as simple of this wasn't just some simple misunderstanding like Bell was trying to paint it out to be. So hit me up with your guys' thoughts in the comments section. Let me know what you think, or hit me up on the forums. I'd like to take a little bit of time here also to encourage anybody, if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't been over to Steelers Xtreme, it's a totally free forum. We're a tight-knit group of Steelers fans over there. Head on over, click the register button, join up on the forum. We got a good group of people that like to talk Steelers football all the time. It's a good forum, good people. I think you'll enjoy it. Hop on the forum, join us. Get in on the discussion. And on that bombshell, I thank you guys for listening today. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Have a great day.